Welcome to color lesson number 6, the psychology of color. Now, this is kind of fun and it's unique in the way that many people do not think about using color in this way. So, all of our training has been on your inherent color. How do you use color and style? How do you use color to feel more beautiful, right? How do you use color to feel more confident? Now we're going to go into another whole facet of using color, and it's the psychology of color. And if I might say, it is really using color influentially to be influencing others, to persuasion. Color has a personality. And I love this part of it because it's really using color also as a tool. So you will have a handout, another download of the psychology of color. What I'm going to share with you is a little bit different. Everything's going to be very similar, but this is a tiny bit different. What I'm going to be sharing with you as we go forward here is through some of my fashion feng shui training. So, what I want to ask you is when you walk into a room, when you show up on Zoom, when you're going out on a date, how do you want others to perceive you? How do you want to feel? And I think we've all had this experiences that sometimes we're going somewhere and you're thinking, you know what? I just really want to go under the radar. I don't even want to be seen. And what happens? You wear your black because you don't want to stand out in a crowd. You will stand out in a crowd if you show up in shocking pink like I am right here. But I do it very strategically. And I'll share more as we get through this. So, but maybe it's a day that you're like, you know what? I am not feeling amazing. I need a pick me up. And so you put on shocking pink, you put on bright pink, you put on cayenne. Also going into the sunlight, maybe it's that feeling of the desert rose and you just want to feel beautiful and elegant. Color has a personality and color can give you energy. When I say color has a personality, it also has an energy, just like you do. I know when I show up in black, I may be acting different. I may be acting, when I say different, my energy level is different than if I'm wearing shocking pink. And a friend said this to me one time, and I completely agree, is that when you show up, let's use red as an example. When you show up wearing red, you have to step up to that energy, right? Because it is a universal truth that red is vibrant, it is bold, it has a personality. And sometimes you may not feel like showing up at that level. So when you decide to wear these high energy colors, you need to be ready to align with who you are with those colors. So again, there is no right or wrong with when you wear them, how you wear them. This is a tool for you to utilize with color. I love my little black dress with my pearls. It's very sophisticated. It's very classy, but I know when I show up in my shocking pink that I will stand out, and you need to be ready for that. So let's go through some of these colors and kind of the meaning behind them. So as we see here, and these are actually colors that are all in the crossover colors, but they're colors that are deep. they're introspective. So always know this is deeper, darker colors are they're receding, and so they're not going to be out there as much, but they're still, as you will see on your handout, I mean, Beaujolais and eggplant and navy, they're very classy colors. So, but they also, when you want to put a personality with them, is wise, powerful, independent, creative. And so again, these can be combined with other colors, but I'm putting them in categories for you to kind of think about the personality behind them. And this is some of the training that I do in my Women of Definitive Style when we get into a little bit more of being intentional on using color and style together. The second palette is our blues and greens. And this signifies dynamic, growth, competitive, sporty. So think about like navy blue. Navy blue, it can kind of go, actually, navy blue is not in here, but some of the blue tones can feel that sportiness. Sometimes we see a blue and white stripe. That's where I was going with this in my mind. I was going like with a navy and white stripe. But we sometimes see blues in that same context. This is kind of an interesting thing. So I am from Seattle, Washington. We have, oh gosh, I think 4 sports teams. We have soccer, we have football, we now have hockey, and I think that's all I'm going to say right now. I might be missing one, but all of our sports teams are all in this color palette. It's very interesting. So they have that. Think of greens as growth. Think of the springtime when the grass starts growing and there's a growth that comes. But this is the energy that comes with these colors. Then we have all of our pinks and our oranges and our very bright purples. That's where we have passion, enthusiasm. We attract. We're out there. I was going to give you this as an example. If you were going, for example, to a networking event, maybe you're just going to a party and you know what? You feel like standing out a little bit. I guarantee you that you can walk into a room in one of these colors and you will attract others to you without saying a word. I had that happen not too long ago with a client. She was going to a networking event. Purples were one of her signature colors, and she had that exact experience. People came up, sort of complimenting her, having just really fun conversation because she stood out. She was unique. There was some drama to what she was wearing. This is where I'm talking about that you need to pull up your energy to match the color that you are wearing. Then we have our earth tones, and a lot of these colors are in the sunlight and the sunset. They are very timeless. You are a person who is very compassionate. Probably you value tradition. You're a team player. You love supporting others. When you wear these colors, people feel very safe. They feel very much taken care of. And so if you are with a team and you want people to know that you have that connection, you want to support them, that you're not so out of the box, it's not about you, these are perfect colors to wear in that scenario. And then last, we have our quality, refined, our elegant colors. These are our softer versions. And the way I talk, right? The softer versions of our pinks and our blues. This is where our whites come in. It could be like a really pretty gold, but they're very soft colors that exude quality, elegance, and very simple. So sometimes it's not that you're just wearing all these colors alone, but maybe it's putting the color with another bright color. Or so, for example, when I had on my little black dress, but I added the white pearls, it added that elegance to the color. This is the kind of thing I teach more to get really more specific with your wardrobe in my Women of Definitive Style. So I can't wait to see you in the next color lesson.